George of the jungle, strong as he can be.
Here's a question I get more often than you would think. George, how many homes can I purchase owner-occupied in the shortest period of time? Well, that's what we're going to discuss in thecreditjungle.com today. This is George Anderson. Thanks for dropping in. And the general rule of thumb is 1 per year for every 12 months. Now, there are some things that would curtail that a little bit. Like if somebody pulls cash out, if you do a cash out refinance on a property, you're pulling out cash. If you're doing it as owner-occupied so that you can go and buy another owner-occupied property immediately, I don't want to say that it can't be done, but you've really got to have a hard sell for that. And they typically are going to want you to wait for 12 months, Fannie Freddie guidelines, before you can purchase another home using a cash out refinance, which you're stating that this is my primary residence, and then now you want to use that to convert this house to a rental immediately, and then buy another primary residence, then your intent really wasn't to make this your primary residence. Now you can get around that using a home equity line of credit, because that's not a conventional loan and that's not the intent that you are using a conventional loan for. But there's always exceptions to every rule. Some of those can be being relocated for work, and if you're being relocated outside of reasonable commuting distance, that again is going to depend upon your place and circumstances and stuff. There's no set guidelines for that. But a lot of it just has to make sense. So I'll get people that will sometimes say that, okay, well, you know, I want to buy this home, and then they'll live in it for a year, and then they want to convert that to a rental property and purchase another one. And I've got a gentleman who is actually on his 4th house in 4 years. And he's done that with each house. And each house that he previously purchased had an upstairs, downstairs, what's called an accessory dwelling unit, that he had actually 2 lease agreements on it, though it was a single family residence. So he now has the property he's living in, and he has 1, 2, 3 properties that he's purchased, each in successive 12-month periods, and he has a total of 6 tenants, and his cash flow from that is more than paying for the home that he currently occupies. So it can work out very nicely for you without having to get the minimum 20% down owner-occupied loan that would typically be required if you're getting an investment property. So if you're trying to build your real estate portfolio in less than a year, okay, you're only going to get 1 owner-occupied transaction per that, and a lot of times it just has to make sense. So you just need to understand that occupancy fraud is still the highest incidence of loan fraud among all parts of the country. People saying that, oh, I'm going to move into this house, and then they really don't do it. That's just something that if there is any gray area in there, the underwriter's going to bring it up, and quite frankly, I'm going to bring it up at the time of the loan application and find out, you know, what are your intentions? What are you really trying to do here? Because if you're trying to build a real estate portfolio in a short order of time, you know, I'm not going to be on the receiving end of somebody doing a fraudulent application. But there are times and circumstances where it can make sense to do it in less than 12 months, but for the most part, the answer to the question is 12 months, 1 per year. So hopefully that answers your questions. Thanks for coming into thecreditjungle.com today. This is George Anderson. Remember, you can push button, get mortgage professional, and I would love to discuss your real estate and your real estate financing needs with you at any time. Have a great day.